Coaches poll top 25. Ohio State is number 1. LSU jumps in college football rankings for Week 2. Where things stand in the first updated coaches poll top 25 college football rankings coming out of opening weekend, and with plenty of teams on the move already in Week 2. Coming out of an eventful opening weekend across the country, it's time to check in with the first update to the coaches poll top 25 college football rankings entering Week 2. What an opening weekend it was, with 3 games pitting top 10 ranked teams against each other on the same field, ensuring that we'll see plenty of movement in this week's rankings, including in the number 1 position. Arch Manning didn't play anywhere near up to the hype he received heading into this season, falling flat in a 7-point loss to reigning national champion Ohio State, guaranteeing that Texas will lose its place atop the rankings heading into Week 2. LSU emerged as a big winner in Week 1, dominating ACC title favorite Clemson on the back of what looks like a much-improved defense, winning Brian Kelly his first season opener with the school, and looking like a legit playoff contender early on. Carson Beck led Miami to a signature upset against Notre Dame in his first start at quarterback, putting the Hurricanes in the conversation for the ACC championship. Perennial contender Alabama is picking up the pieces after a loss to unranked Florida State on the road, raising serious questions about Kalen DeBoer in his second season. Where does that leave everything in the updated top 25 college football rankings? Let's take a look at what teams moved up, moved down, and stayed put heading into the second weekend of the season, according to the coaches' vote. Coaches poll top 25 rankings. First place votes in parentheses. Ohio State, 59. Penn State, 6. Georgia, 1. LSU, 1. Oregon, Texas, Miami, Clemson, Notre Dame, Arizona State, South Carolina, Illinois, Michigan, Ole Miss, Florida, SMU, Tennessee, Iowa State, Florida State, Alabama, Indiana, Texas A&M, Texas Tech, Oklahoma, BYU. Teams that dropped out. These schools tumbled out of the rankings this week. Number 20 Kansas State. A loss to Iowa State in Farmageddon in Week 0 and a very close win against North Dakota at home in which the Wildcats needed to score in the last minute was enough for the coaches to drop the Big 12 hopefuls out of the poll in Week 2. Number 25 Boise State. A dismal 34-7 loss to USF to start out on the road was not what the Broncos needed as they looked to build a resume deserving of the group of 5 representative in the college football playoff picture early on. Other teams receiving votes. These teams received votes from the coaches, but not enough of them to be included in the official top 25 rankings. Utah 117, Louisville 95, Missouri 88, Kansas State 79, Tulane 45, USC 41, Auburn 41, TCU 33, Iowa 23, Navy 17, Georgia Tech 17, Nebraska 13, Memphis 11, South Florida 9, Duke 5, Kansas 4, Washington 3, Vanderbilt 2, FIU 1. Coaches poll top 25 biggest movers. Alabama, down 12. Kalen DeBoer is facing a very critical fan base after the Crimson Tide's listless 2-touchdown loss on the road to unranked Florida State that has people wondering if Alabama's best days are finally behind them. Florida State, up 28. By far the biggest mover in the Week 2 rankings, the Seminoles look much improved from last season's 2-win disaster after making the statement of the opening weekend by taking out the Tide. Texas, down 5. The former number 1 team in college football dropped a 7-point decision at Ohio State in a game that left much to be desired from uber-hyped quarterback Arch Manning. LSU, up 5. An expected jump for the SEC hopefuls after a signature 17-10 victory on the road at Clemson, the first win for Brian Kelly in a season opener, and one in which this defense, a major target of off-season investment for the program, looks dramatically better. Miami, up 3. Carson Beck hit over 200 yards passing and scored 2 touchdowns in a statement not only for himself but for the Hurricanes, who looks like a legitimate ACC title contender after beating Notre Dame at home. Notre Dame, down 4. The other side of the game finds the Fighting Irish looking to rework their offense to accentuate its run game, but quarterback C.J. Carr had some good moments in his first start. Clemson, down 2. Cade Klubnik didn't score a touchdown in that loss to LSU, and the absence of a run game to help him out is concerning, but this is still a potent offense that can go places.